guys, welcome back to DCB Family Adventures. I'm your host, The Donald, and this is your cruise news for February the 1st, 2023. Let's go. Story number one, that's right, the world's oldest cruise ship will be scrapped. The Astoria has reached the end of its journey as it will set sail one last time to a shipbreaking yard in Rotterdam, the Netherlands. The ship will soon be sailing on her last voyage. The sale of the Astoria to a European Union approved shipbreaking yard and recycling facility is located in Turkey, and it now marks the end of a long and eventful life for this floating piece of history. Astoria has had a long and storied history serving as a transatlantic passenger vessel, a cruise ship for the German Communist Party, and a barracks for the asylum seekers, and a modern cruise ship. Despite its many lives and names, the Astoria will be remembered as a unique and unforgettable ship with a rich history spanning nearly 75 years, more than any other cruise ship in history. Astoria's journey ended when Cruise and Maritime Voyages went bankrupt in 2020 due to the global pause in operations. While there was some hope that a cryptocurrency billionaire, not named, would restore Astoria in mid-2021 with the intention of using it as a cruise ship, these plans have since been put on hold. Astoria will be scrapped after 75 years of service. That's almost twice my age. The world's longest serving cruise ship will be scrapped in the coming weeks or months. Simply put, Astoria is a floating piece of history, and on this show, we salute you, Astoria. Cruise news story number 2. Virgin Voyages and major cruise retailer Harding have decided to mutually part ways with the cruise line set to partner with rival Starboard Cruise Services. Virgin Voyages broke new ground when it came to the retail spaces on board its Scarlet Lady and Valiant Lady cruise ships, offering more than 50 at-sea high-end brand shops operated by Harding, a cruise retail specialist. But now, as we all know, good things must come to an end at some point. The two companies are parting ways, and going forward, Virgin has decided to work with Starboard Cruise Services, which is an LVMH Moet Hennessy Louis Vuitton company. Yep, your cruise merch just went from affordable to we can't fly back home. Speaking of, quick question. Has anyone ever been inside of a Louis Vuitton store? Well, you're going to love this story. So, Chrissy and I decided to go on a family vacation to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and we got us a condo in Fort Lauderdale, and one of the things that we wanted to do was go check out the Fort Lauderdale Mall. And while we were there, we found a Louis Vuitton store. And bear with me here. Chrissy's always wanted to go inside of a Louis Vuitton store. We live in the middle of nowhere in Kentucky, so you don't see a Louis Vuitton. You might see a Ross or a Walmart, of course, but there's no Louis Vuitton store close to us. So she'd always wanted to go into a Louis Vuitton store. So anyways, we seen this store. Of course, right away, she had to get a picture standing in front of the big sign, Louis Vuitton, inside the mall, which was a little odd to begin with, but it is what it is. And she decided that she wanted to go inside the store. So we've heard stories about Louis Vuitton having some expensive stuff. Whoa. When you're talking $10,000 for some bags, that's not something that I would consider ever owning for myself, or really, I think she feels the same way I felt. Like there was nothing in this store that we would ever decide to buy, but we were there and we thought, hey, let's have some fun with it. So of course, she's wanting to take some selfies holding some of these bags that were thousands of dollars. And in the process of us taking selfies with bags we can't afford, we had this guy in a suit following us around in the store. If she picked up anything, he was right there to just, he wouldn't take his eyes off of us. And I get it. I get it. Shoplifting is a huge issue, especially in this day and time. I know I own a retail store. Well, I own and operate a flea market. So this, as funny as that sounds, we own and operate a flea market. So we really necessarily don't belong in a Louis Vuitton store, but the Miss Chrissy wanted to always go and check out a Louis Vuitton store. We're in Fort Lauderdale, so we're checking out the Louis Vuitton store. So anyways, we make our way around. We're kind of like looking at things. We're in the back. We're looking at this, looking at this, and the guy, of course, is still following us. And as we were getting ready to leave, just the navigating in and out, following us and stuff. I told Chrissy, I'm like, listen, this guy looks like he's with the IRS. And I said, this guy is probably wanting to make sure we can afford what we got. So did you bring last year's tax refunds just to verify and get this guy off our back? And she thought that was funny. But yeah, that was one of those things where, you're in a place where you don't belong, but at the same time, like, it kind of made us feel pretty, set back a little, like, let's just go, let's just get out of here and stuff. But like I said, I get it. We own a store. We own a store to where we have shoplifters, and I get what they sell is worth a whole lot more money than anything we sell. Maybe the whole store combined. No, not really, but, for this video's sake, we'll say it is. But anyways, like, it was one of those ordeals to where, it made you feel like, okay, we need to get out of here. But, like, with that being said, how have you guys ever been in a Louis Vuitton store, or have you ever been in a store where people are just constantly eyeing you and following you around and making sure that, you're not some kind of shoplifter? And if so, how did that make you feel? Leave a comment below. Tell me some of the funniest stories that you've had where people's like followed you, and did you play pranks on them to make them feel like that you were doing something? That I've heard people doing that when people get to follow them around in a store. That at that point they will try to like do something funny, like take off down another aisle really fast, or just something to get on their nerves. So please leave a comment. I'd like to hear some of those stories. How did I get on a tangent chasing rabbits on Louis Vuitton stores? Anyways, Harding, the global cruise retail specialist that operates 300 plus retail shops on more than 100 cruise ships, said its partnership with Virgin Voyages will soon come to an end this year, with the withdrawal of its retail services starting in April. The company has provided retail services to Virgin Voyages since its first cruise ship, Scarlet Lady, which debuted in 2021. It also operates the retail spaces on Virgin's second ship, Valiant Lady, which entered service in March 2022. All told, Harding said it sells about 100 brand items on the two different Virgin ships. Harding CEO James Prescott did make a statement and said, "We have had great fun leading the cruise retail proposition and working as two innovative companies with shared values for 6 years. But sometimes we need to part as friends and make some tough choices together around what's right for business and commercial models." He also added, "We wish everyone at Virgin Voyages the very best, and we'll be working hard to redeploy the Harding team members who have been a part of the Virgin ship teams elsewhere into our community." Cruise news story number 3. Uno, dos, tres. A cruise has been canceled due to food and beverage issues. It's already out there. I've already heard some YouTubers talking about it, but I'm going to go ahead and put my spin on it. Marella Cruises is canceling a week-long sailing due to food and beverage issues. Marella Cruises is canceling their 7-night sailing of Marella Discovery 2 due to technical problems impacting food and beverage service. And all guests booked on the impacted sailing will be flown home as needed. Special aircraft are being brought in to accommodate the cancellation. which will affect a number of cruisers on the current voyage who had planned back-to-back cruises. Marella Cruises' Marella Discovery 2 is currently finishing up a 7-night Flavors of the Caribbean cruise that set sail from popular ports Montego Bay, Jamaica on Tuesday, Cozumel, Mexico, Havana, Cuba, Georgetown, Grand Cayman. Guests on board have been notified, however, that the next sailing, a 7-night Pride of Panama sailing, must be canceled due to these technical reasons affecting food and beverage. Guests are refunded for the canceled cruise in full at a pro rate per night. The cruise line is also offering $370 USD per adult and $185 per child in vouchers for a future cruise as a token of goodwill. Refunds will be processed back to the original payment of method and may take several weeks to be fully processed. If you've been affected by the Discovery 2 cancellation, please leave a comment below. Let us know how that went for you. Did Marella come through on everything that they said that they did or was going to do for you, including your flights, the refunds, and all that good stuff? And please let us know how that went for you, because that is terrible. I've never had anything like that to happen to us on our cruises. We've been on like 8 or 9 cruises, and we've never had a situation like that to ever happen for us. We've been stranded at the airport, not being able to fly home, but as far as being canceled and trying to work everything out at that point, that has never happened to us. So we're grateful and thankful for that. But I do feel for these people, because it is nerve-wracking, it is stressful, especially if you got children or elderly and all that good stuff, because you don't know when these cancellations happen and they're trying to get you off, if you're going to be able to get everyone and everything that you need. You're trying to, I know at times, probably try to pack fast, and then at that point, you know, some people have medicines and things like that they need. So hey guys, that's your cruise news for today, February the 1st, 2023. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure to subscribe. It costs you nothing, and it really helps our channel out. We do hope that you have a blessed day, and until next time, see you later.